Batman. El bote.
Park, gateway to the beautiful Florida Everglades. Again, I'm Captain MJ, but y'all call me Mike if you like. We're riding Air Parent out here today, which was built right here at Holiday Park at 2 tons of lightweight aircraft-grade aluminum. It's also being powered by twin Cadillac V8 500 cubic inch engines. That's a combined total about 700. Say at the dock, though, folks, looking for wildlife, we never know exactly what we might find, where we might find it. But there's about 2 million alligators in the state of Florida, and about 300,000 of those gators are right here in the Everglades. So even when you don't see them, they're around. And the most dangerous alligator happens to be the one that you can't see, so for your safety, keep your entire body inside the boat at all times. And that being said, folks, don't be afraid. Things before we take off, folks. That's it for the rules, but we got a great blue heron sitting up along this island up ahead there to our left-hand side. Hey, see down the left, folks. That's a great blue heron, which is the largest bird you can find around here, folks. They stand about 4 feet tall with an average 6-foot wingspan. They're one of the largest members of the heron family, and also by default the largest wading bird around here. Now, see it doing what wading birds start in his beak in the water and grab it if he can. But what they'll usually do, though, they'll sit just like he is in the shallow water, perfectly still like a statue, bury their feet into the muck and just wiggle their toes around a little bit, make them look like worms. And then, you know, once they get a nibble, then it's lunchtime. There you go, folks, right-hand side, great blue heron. And yeah, I know he does look more grayish than blue, folks, but this one's just a little bit younger. Still pretty much a juvenile. A big juvenile, but juvenile nonetheless. As it does get older, though, those grayish feathers will turn a little bit darker, more bluish. Now the other thing before we take off here, folks, I want to tell you, whenever I hit the gas, I do recommend you switch your cameras to record if you haven't already. Makes for good footage. We also might see some wildlife work to speed as well. You never know. If you're going to do that, guys, you might want to start doing it now. As soon as I turn us back around, I'm hitting. I do want to keep an eye on the sky around here, folks. We got a few vultures hanging around the area. A couple just flew by there. Vultures around here isn't too surprising, folks. Those are here during the day, but come here at sundown after dark, there'll be hundreds of vultures in these trees. Now, we are going to go to the other side of those islands a little bit here, guys, so maybe once we do, we'll get a better look at some of those birds. Before we do that, though, guys, I want to tell you real quick, this canal we're currently sitting in, folks, this is actually man-made. Now, there are many man-made canals like this one throughout South Florida, which were dredged out by the Army Corps of Engineers in the early 20th century. Now, technically, the islands are as well. These are spoil islands, which is basically a byproduct from the dredging they did when they created these canals. Unfortunately, though, folks, dredging the canals was part of an attempt to drain the Everglades out. Yeah. Bit of a blemish on our history there, folks, but, you know, the key word was attempt. As y'all can see, they failed. Thankfully. Now, the reason why they failed, though, is because back then, they thought all this, the entire Everglades, all 5,000 square miles of it, was just a giant swamp. It's not, by the way. The Everglades is not a swamp. Sorry, folks, it gets a little noisy around here sometimes. I was saying, the Everglades is not a swamp, it's actually one giant river. See, unlike in swamps where the water is stagnant, this water is flowing. I mean, not literally, though, you can't actually see it. It's moving really slowly. On average, this water only travels about a half a mile per day. Oh yeah, movement you see on the surface right now, that's from the wind. And trust me, folks, if there was no wind at all today, this water would be as smooth as glass. The iguana's straight in front of us, guys. Get ready on the right-hand side. He's at the top of the trees over there. Just to the right of where that cormorant's sitting. And, you know, a little bit lower, of course. So, that's a green iguana, folks. They are naturally bright green, but the males turn bright orange when they're trying to attract the attention of a female. So that's definitely a male right there. And all the females and the males, they also turn darker colors, brown, gray, and sometimes black. When they get cold, it just helps them absorb more heat from the sun. That's all. One more thing I was going to say about the cormorants here, folks, there are a lot of people that do call them diving birds. And yeah, they can dive down about 16 feet, but while they're down there in short bursts, they can reach speeds up to about 35 miles an hour. They're pretty swift. And I get the feeling the folks on the left side did not get a good enough chance to see that iguana, so I'm going to go past it for y'all one more time here, then we'll be on our way. Now, unfortunately, folks, I do gotta let you know, these iguanas, they are invasive in South Florida. They don't belong here. They're native to parts of Central America, South America, a few islands in the Caribbean. Now, they don't belong anywhere in North America. But they've also been out here since the 80s, so at this point, looks like we're stuck with them. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. Now I just spotted something else on this island in front of us, folks. Once we move a little further up, everybody on the left side, just look up in the trees. You're going to see a very large bird with brown and white feathers. That bird up there, that's an osprey. That's one of the largest raptors, birds of prey you'll find around here. Now the average wingspan on this bird is about 5 feet 11 inches. They're half the height of the great blue heron, and their wingspan's only 1 inch shorter. So as you can imagine, folks, these birds are extremely agile. Now, even though they're raptors, though, the diet is mostly fish. That's basically all they eat for the most part, just fish. Now, to catch a fish, these birds, they dive bottom of the water, head first, sometimes between 50 to 60 miles an hour. Right-hand side there, folks. Just look up. There's the osprey for you.
Esta es café en esta branch, en esta rama, ya se está rascando. Blanco con café.
Alright, folks. It's starting to look a little crowded around here. I think it's about time for us to get moving. By that I mean off to our left, there's another trail where we can go fast again. As soon as I line us up, we're taking off. So go ahead and get ready, folks.
Uy, aquí ya van a chocar.
Just a heads up though, guys, these grackles, they are a bit food aggressive around here. Yeah, if they're hanging around you later while you're eating, guard your food. Otherwise, they might steal it right out of your fingers. Alright guys, look to the left side there. There's another little bird hiding in the cattails that's very colorful. That's the purple gallinal, folks. It's hands down the most beautiful bird you'll find in the Everglades. Now I do know where another family of these gallinals lives. We're actually going to go pay them a visit just a little bit later. But still, while we got one here, let me check it out for you. Yeah, these are just cattails right here, guys, not sawgrass. Don't worry if this stuff brushes up against you. There, right hand side, there's that little purple gallinal. Yeah, that one seems a little skittish though, folks. So, like I said, we're going to try to find more of those birds a little bit later. Now guys, there's a lot of folks around here that do like to call the Everglades the endless river of grass, and looking around us here, you can kind of see why. The thing is, folks, well, most of the plants around here, you see more of the cattails, as mentioned earlier. Those aren't really grass; they're reeds, long dark green stuff. Now, we do have some sawgrass around us now too, folks. There's a big patch of it over to the right. There's more over to the left, mixed in with the cattails. Kind of a lighter shade of green and those big tufts that fan out. Now, I don't know why they name that stuff sawgrass, though. It's not grass either. It's actually a type of sedge. But yeah, that's the thing about sedge. Look at that beak. Look how sharp it is. They use their beaks like a dart to catch fish, just right through them, and they have no nostrils. Yeah, no nostrils. And I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, folks. He's drying himself off. This is a similar bird to the cormorants we saw earlier. It's not a layer though. This is a waterfowl, but either way, he's got webbed feet. He just doesn't have a lot of oil on his feathers though. The water doesn't beat right off them like it does with ducks. You'll see them like this all the time, drying off in the sun. Now, he might be there for a while though. The feathers are very fragile. Until he dries himself off completely, he won't be able to fly very well, if at all. And you notice how it started saying he and him there, guys? That's because this is a male and hang right here. It's really easy to tell with these birds. Feathers on his neck are black. On the females, they're more of a light, tannish brown color. side. Oh, a bit of a tight squeeze here, folks. All right, now I am going to turn around, though. But the window of opportunity to get a picture of this gator and get a good look at it is going to be pretty short. The gator's directly to the right side there, guys, right up on the grass. Take your photos while you can, guys. I got to turn here real soon.
¿Dónde era?
Nah, I guess it was a little too cool trying to get some more. Now, I'm sure you guys know that basking, it's really important for all reptiles. They're exothermic, cold-blooded. They get their body heat from external sources like sunlight. Again. Can't believe you guys are making me chase you down like this. There's that purple gallon all for you on the right side. One more time there. Just want to get you a good look at least one of them. But that's about time to be on our way, folks. Let's get going. Don't worry, guys, I'm going to turn around again. As long as the gator stays put, I'm going to try to get you one more look at the left side. But there it is for you on the right side right now. Now, 5 feet long is not that big for an alligator, folks, to be honest with you. Some male alligators can get up to 15 feet in length in the wild. That's like the biggest you typically find in the wild, though. That being said, though, folks, this gator right here is still a 5-foot-long carnivorous reptile with 80 teeth in its mouth, 40 on the top, 40 on the bottom. They got about 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch when they bite down with those jaws, so 5 feet or 15 feet don't matter all that much. They all deserve caution and respect. See you later, alligator. You are going to see on the right side one more time because we're going that way anyway, but it's time for us to go. folks, this canal here, it is so narrow, it's one of the only parts of the tour where I'm not allowed to turn the boat around. These airboats have no brakes, no reverse, so it's pretty much going to be a straight shot from here. When I say keep your eyes peeled here though, guys, I really mean it. At the lower angle you're all sitting at, if anything happens to be hiding underneath these trees, there's a good chance that you're going to see it before I do. Now, with that gator back there, I just wanted to focus on more showing it to you guys. I want to elaborate a little bit more on something I said though, the size of it and how big they can get. The reason why some gators can get that big, folks, up to 15 feet, is because adult alligators' growth rate is...
El frío como de 50 grados. Cae de coma. Resucitan cuando se pone otra vez caliente.
Oh, igual chocar.
Yeah. Alright guys, just a sec here.